Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We have a 2v2 field here on French Hedgerows, so I guess it's not in France, it's somewhere else. It's on the Eastern Front. Let's go for the players. Let's see. Representing the Germans today, we have double Waffen SS with smoke keeps to it again with Jäger tactics. And Mir Vieren. Die Vieren? Arden as Panzer tactics for the Waffen SS. My tongue just rolled off there. Represent the Soviet Union today. We have OMG this Fefe as Artillery Division. And Silver Destroyer as Tank Destroyer Division. Let's see how this turns out. Hedgerows on the Eastern Front instead of the Western Front. I've also fiddled a little bit with the microphone settings again, so hopefully it's a little better, but it's always impossible to tell. Until after recording, unfortunately. It's so hard for me to do. I apologize if it's still jarring sometimes, but it's just how it's been. I feel this map is based off somewhere I played in Call of Duty back in the day. And it would not surprise me, as several maps were themed around the French Hedgerows in several World War II games. Oh, we have a little bit of a trench network here. Oh, right, it's this map. That's like two opposing trench networks down here. Very cool. Very cool little setup.
Engineers are standing by.
Coming has come out here for the Soviets. Nothing else here for OMG. Just pushing up with the troops trying to secure ground. Germans moving out and keeping an eye on the terrain. We have some Storm Grenadiers here from the 1st SS. As well as some Storm Pioneers on the southern flank here, already getting into the trench network. Good to see we have some Storm Grenadiers coming up soon as well. Conscripts cannot win that fight out in the open like that. It's not really any cover. I suppose these craters do count as light cover though. And it'll certainly not be enough against Storm Pioneers in a trench. All the areas considered cut off because they don't have this point. Or that point for that matter. There's a lot of cut-off points in this one. Ooh, the Soviets are trying to make roadblocks! I guess they want to deny Germans to have vehicular movement in the center for a while. Ooh, Molotov going out here. Full Wagen coming up as well. Ooh, the Soviets are taking losses there. Very heavy losses. But the Soviets can generally recover from losses a lot faster than other factions can. And they got 2 roadblocks up, but not enough. They decide to pull back after that. Soviets are securing their backlines though, realizing they need to secure their backlines at this point. They also need to get this cutoff point here, wow. There's a lot of wide area here in this one. And well, the Germans are digging in down into the southern trenches. Getting more Storm Grenadiers on the field here. And Jäger can actually arm them with scope Sturmgewehrs, which is a really good upgrade. Oh, there's a mine! Oh! Now that is good play from the Soviets. They planted a mine near the roadblocks. That's how you do it. I like to see it. I like to see it. So let's bring out a lot of conscripts here. As artillery, I believe the conscripts can lay mines, if I'm not mistaken. Which can be really useful, by the way, because suddenly all these conscripts can make areas into death traps. Give them the time. The place. Both sides currently control their fuel and munitions points. They seem to be in fairly defensible locations. Wide open areas, though, not a lot of cover. I suppose that's just how the farmland is. Not sure what countries in the east would have hedgerows. Ooh, and that's a tank on the team. Taking out that Kugelwagen.
Light vehicle destroyed. Political officers are ready to deploy, Comrade Commander.
It's all taking up. Going to stay for the support weapons Kambanea rather than the special rifle command. Rifle command is always good against the Soviets because you can upgrade your manpower by 15%, which is pretty freaking good. Ooh, the Storm Grenadiers. Yeah, they have to pull back at that. There's only 2 of them left. Oof. Almost get killed here by the conscripts. Storm Pioneers rushing up with MP40Is. Trying to get behind heavy cover, but they are being shot in the flank. Quickly focusing on the ones out in the open, good to see. Other Soviet conscripts trying to push up, they're switching targets. The Molotov might go off. No, they gun them down. Those MP40Is do a lot of work. 48's keeping set up out here. Risky place, and again, there's not really many places you can put them. But these MP40i armed, the Storm Pioneers did a lot of work. More Storm Pioneers moving up, also getting armed with some MP40is. The Soviets stole the cooler wagon to deny it to the Germans briefly. Soviets are digging in the best they can. These Storm Pioneers are doing a lot of work. They're mowing down the tank hunters. And now they have the MP40is. Suddenly putting out a lot more firepower. Lots of extra bullets. Artillery going in on them though. Being called here by the Soviet lieutenant. Some ranging shots going in first as we can see. As is common with the Soviet artillery barrages. Bulwark and keep an eye on the road. MP40 armed Storm Grenadiers. Good to see people using their doctrinal upgrades here. Probably a good choice considering the kind of environment they're fighting in. Like the MP40 is not a bad weapon. MT42 coming out here. Germans are still ducking down here. When MT44 set up behind some sandbags. Not a lot of other action going on yet. A bit of a slower start here, but then again, this seems to be a map where you have to be somewhat cautious because of how open everything is.
Location set. Begin conversion.
See where they set up this MT42 though. That's going to be quite vital, I think. Kurds getting some armored cars. They can start moving their troops around quickly and just having a mobile machine gun. And the scout car provided by the Americans, I'm pretty sure. Not sure how much the Americans use this one themselves.
Soviet HQ now includes a
Looks like both Soviet players went for it.
but only for those who are seriously wounded. You have orders for us?
We also have a Sys gun coming out.
Replacements have arrived. Engineer LMG team ready.
Montevideo pushing up with a DPM. That's the only actual combat infantry they have apart from the conscript back here. But the MT42 setting up over here. Got a good wide area on this field. An easy place to attack then. Are we gonna get some clown car action? Doesn't look like it yet. Oh, they can lay booby trap flares, right. They can put like early warning flares on points. I forgot that's a thing these Soviet scout cars can do. So the Fonzvika jumping in with a DPM here, so they're going to be a mobile assault team. I suppose against the MP40 armed Storm Pioneers it might actually be a good idea because they lack any AT equipment. There is a Panzerbüchse nearby though, which can hit them here. Destroying the main gun there. And our ability lost. And that's the scout car gone. It might be better to just keep driving forwards, potentially. I don't know. Company's pushing up again here, armed with some MP40s of their own. As well as a small Panzerfaust. Unique upgrade to them if you're playing as a Jäger, actually. So the Storm Pioneers can suddenly actually deal with vehicles. At least light vehicles. Oh, Soviet conscript push down here. They could probably actually overrun that if they just kept at it. They decided not to. Scout car pushing up here. 50 caliber is hitting the Storm Pioneers who are behind cover mostly. Oh, artillery going in. And Kugelwagen is down. Big assault on the lieutenant. Almost killing him. In fact, does kill him. But the Storm Pioneers do die. Ouch. We have some first SS Panzer Grenadiers on the field now. He equipped some Sturm Gewehrs and some Gewehr 43s. We'll see some mix-up rather than just the full-on Sturm Gewehrs we normally see. Here's some Gewehr 43s on them. It's actually pretty nice change of pace. Soviets are trying to make a trench network out here. in the field while under fire. Specialist penal troops on the field as well. Unique artillery regiment, or well, division. Panzergrenadiers doing their best. Sturmgrenadiers out in the open here. I also have the Gewehrs. Trying to them a lot of fire as fast as they can.
An anti-tank gun has taken the field.
They're all piling up behind those sandbags there. That's a very big pile up, which does actually make them easy to hit somewhat. D70 pulling up. Apparently able to drive through that wreck of the Panzer IV that's on the map, okay. So I guess these ambient tank wrecks are not that potent. Specialist Penals holding up the center now. Recon team got mowed down here by some Sturmgrenadiers from the Jäger Division. Well, Jäger tactics. More conscripts moving out here for the Soviets. Germans are just forming up around their Fort HQ. Got another Wehrmacht Schlepper here. Set up another command vehicle. Another action, there's someone flying at the moment. Then I spotted the German Defense Forces. Panzerjacks now equipped on the Panzerjägers. E-70 on the move. Guess the Soviets might intend to flank north if they can. Boom, pioneers are nearby, and they are getting equipped with some Panzerjacks. At least one of them are, because you need to be veteran C2 to get it. That's a big Soviet flank here. Sounds like early warning also going overhead so the Soviets can get an idea what's going on. Sound like it anyway. Yeah, that's the flare, Soviet flares. So I have to have somewhat of an idea what they might go into, but it's only over the points. They don't see any of this, I'm pretty sure. You select them here. Yep, they don't see any of that. But I think they have heard the engine of the T-70. The Panzerjägers are sitting up here. They got spotted. Here comes the C-70 around the corner.
Vehicle detection now available.
Oh, and the Germans get mowed down as there's not a lot of cover here. Surprising what having a little light tank can do for you. Like 40 sitting up here. Oh, the Germans managed to push up to the Soviet fuel. The Soviets are going to try and take it back. I'm pretty sure they intend on it. But we have some SS Fallschirmjägers moving up through the fields now. Another unique squad available to SS Jäger. Getting hit at by the Specialist Penals. With a Maxim light machine gun. Maxim Tokarev, I believe. Yeah, Maxim Tokarev. So we tried to push up here with the MG42 turn around, but they did manage to get a lot of kills. The German infantry is now ready to move again. I think all these Soviets are basically dead, especially with the MP40 eyes on them. But they'll just keep them suppressed. So these two conscripts might make it though. There's not a lot of units here to cover their retreat. And Germans are on the warpath. They also managed to... the Soviets managed to repulse the Germans there. Oh, we have the Polish resistance on the field. Amir Krajowa, command squad. Unique to tank destroyers as a battle group. Not sure how effective they are though, because... honestly, I really feel they should have a camp deck built. Where they could just recruit the Polish resistance, but I'm not sure how that would work. But honestly, they just feel rather underwhelming in all honesty. Neat squad though, a neat concept. I guess we're somewhere in Poland.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
So I guess it's not French Hedgerows, it's Polish Hedgerows. But then we have Bulgarians on the field. This is turning into a very weird battle. I'm not sure the Bulgarians ever fought in Poland. Ooh, Pack 4, you still got a half-track. And the other half-tracks now know there's danger. Ooh, missed. Looks like it's just out of range. Until we're going into the position by the Soviet lieutenant. Oh, smoke barrage. But the Soviet lieutenant almost died. Valentine tank here arriving here for the Soviet Union. Also, the Polish Resistance Command Squad is being armored at LMG-42. They pilfered off the Germans somewhere. Oh, they do have a sniper with them, which is a cool touch. Boomer down. I guess we might see the Polish Resistance show up more then. Would be cool to see. You know, the Bulgarians are pushing up alongside the Specialist Penals. Valentine driving through the break at the Puma.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Ooh, the Germans are lacking enough munitions for Panzerfaust to do one now. Got a Puma arriving here. Germans are going for a lot of light vehicles to try and fight the Valentines. You know, the Soviets are just airdropping in munitions for usage of their own. Soviet artillery commander can do. They can like pick a munitions point to airdrop in the munitions. Double Valentine tank. Ooh. So it's going for a lot of intriguing stuff here. They're also digging around the trench network. This is going to also move up here from the artillery commander to support. So the Polish command squad will just be an overwatch here in the trench. Yeah, would you rather be digging graves, Dimitri, or would you be digging a bunker or making a sandbag wall? I know I'd certainly not be digging graves, so that doesn't sound like a fun job. And so it's good to get this truck back and going again if they want. They just invest some time in it. Valentine's on the move. I'm not sure if Valentine's or Pumas win. I'm pretty sure Valentine's win that engagement frontally. But now there's also Panzer IV GA, so certainly the Germans can win if they have that to support. Oop, Valentine's been spotted. There's still a pack nearby.
The enemy is trying to destroy a structure.
That said, the Valentine does have a pretty decent gun for its size. So the Puma's actually in trouble, I think, if the Valentines can hit them. AT gun sitting up here to support. Well, not AT gun, field gun. Soviet stuff that's actually an AT gun. They're considered field guns because they also serve in an anti-infantry purpose sometimes as artillery pieces.
One of our emplacements is under attack.
One Valentine's doing high explosive round here. Germans push for this. That's a Blenkorber. You don't want to run into a Blenkorber. That's toxic smoke. Oh, that softened them up for the artillery. Not the artillery, for the high explosive. But the Puma so far trying their best against the Valentines. Taking one out there. Not supposed to pull back though. But as I've said before, the Valentine is a pretty decent light tank. Surprisingly good armor and a gun for its size. So don't underestimate it. It's just waiting around here. Looks like the Bulgarians were trying to mingle a little bit with the Specialist Penals before going back to their duties. Doing whatever it is they're doing. Maybe the Germans just fortified the southern flank, not a lot of movement going on down there. You do see, you know, Stormtroopers going to be coming out here for these German Jaegers. Truck is still being repaired here. Taking a little bit longer than I thought. More trenches being dug in. KV-8 being prepared by one of the Soviets.
Officer deploying now, comrade.
We also have a Soviet Capitan on the field here for the artillery commander. Who can call on a pretty big barrage, by the way. 24 inaccurate shells. Pretty damn potent. Covers a very wide area, but as it says, it is inaccurate. More early warning shots going overhead. Lucas Fuss arriving here for the Germans. Probably paying for some kind of push up there. Sturmgewehrs and Gewehr 43s being handed out to the Stormtroopers. I believe the Gewehr 43 is the unique upgrade for them if you're playing as Jäger. Got some sights on the conscripts trying to dig in.
The enemy is trying to destroy a structure.
Lucas Fuss firing.
The defensive structure.
Oh, hitting straight on the AT gun, almost destroying it. Oh well, the field gun. Valentine down. You also have a Hausturmführer from the Jägers here. Back to supplement. Big combined push here from both German players. Doing their best to support each other here in this push, which is a good sign, to say the least. Panzer IV took a shot. The Stormtroopers are doing a lot of work on this flank. Trying to jump into the trench there if they can. I'll use the heavy cover. Boomers are moving up. Artillery going in, landing around the trench. Polish command squad moving up. Not sure the Polish resistance command squad can do a lot here. Especially with grenades landing. Oh, that's actually fine. Oh, but the high explosives went. Dismembering and destroying the squad entirely. Aviator is arriving though. We also have some Siberians on the field. Hausturmführer moving up here. Almost moving up again, but they're being shot at. Germans have seized a Feldkanone now. Oh, explosive almost destroyed that system. Not looking good. Siberians pushing up. Being equipped with the PPS. Ooh, PPS 43. Cool gun. We don't see people use this enough. And they're out in the open though. There's not really much cover in this area. KV is trying to make a break for it. Not sure that's a good idea against the Pumas. Yeah, two Pumas working together is a pretty quick rate of fire, actually. Stormtroopers now up in the trench network. Currently, Northern was part of it. What's this going on? Oh my god, big artillery strike on the forward HQ. Almost destroying it thanks to the Capitan, actually. That's a very potent artillery strike. Bulgarians also managed to decapture the fuel point. I'm not sure how long the Bulgarians can hold on. Especially as penals are crawling up. But they're gonna get into the range of the MG42 here. That said, they are using hit to the third, so they can move up a little bit further. But there's still a lot of shots going their way. Almost died there, actually. Siberians pushing towards them, but I think the Stormtroopers in a pretty good spot. Oh, that's a rifle grenade. Overshot. And the Stormtroopers are in a really good spot here. One goes down though, but it's still the Sturmgewehrs and the Gewehr 43s. Truck going that way. Being very aggressive here. Shooting the conscripts out of it. Yeah, you don't really get a lot of protection in the truck, if you're wondering. It's not like a half-track or a scout car. Panzer Force pushing up here. So it's not lacking in things to stop them.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
And now the Fuss lands with rockets too. Stunning them all. But they can't just retreat to the 4 HQ that's about to be targeted down. Captain Panzerfaust used here on the Panzer Force. Ooh, dropping the AT rifle. T-34-76 flying for one Soviet. 40 HQ down. So it's lost practically everything on this flank. We do have another KV-8 arriving. So the Siberian does make it.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Now the Stormtroopers are moving up, but there's still the Panzer IV. And the Pumas can go on the hunts. Pumas going on the hunt. No penetrations this time. There's also Stuk now. Oh, Stormtroopers did get killed by the flamethrower though. The Soviets are running out of stuff. They're going for double? Is that SU-85? Double SU-85, okay. Let's see if I can turn it around though.
Crew, get ready.
Guys have also begun booby-trapping the points.
Puma, ready.
Just so they're prepared for the future, I suppose, if they get pushed back again. Panzer IV retreats here for some repairs.
Receiving effective fire. Men gone down.
Ooh, T-34 got a good flanking shot here, destroying the gun, the Stuk. And now the Panzer IVs and the Pumas are moving to fight it. No penetration there. T-34's holding up surprisingly well. There we go, one penetration. And that goes. The tank rifle got some good shots on the Puma there. But the Panzer IV is just too heavily armored for the AT rifle to do anything. But it's doing good, a decent job against the Puma, as you can see. Maybe I can hit it. Also have a command, well not even a command tank, but a Panther tank here arriving here for the Mthis Panzerdivision. Putting in a lot more pressure. Good to see that the players are actually coordinating a bit on the German side. Also did the same a little bit on the Soviet side, which was good to see. Now they have an SU-85 here. No penetration, wow! That is a lucky Panzer IV. So his Fuß going in. Another shot that didn't penetrate. And they're dazed. Remember, when you're near Stukas Fuß rockets, you get dazed in the tank crew. One Panzer IV down. Now the SU-85, as you can see, does actually kill pretty quickly if it can penetrate. The Panther's beginning its hunt though. And I'm not sure how long the Soviets can hold on here, but they are getting more and more units. Need to see if they can turn this around, because it's not going to be easy, I feel. Germans are doing a good job here holding an open flank and building up their amount of panzers and armored support.
It's time for action.
SU-85 driving upwards here, getting behind the trench. Actually, just above the trench. Oh, doesn't hit the well, it hits the Panzer IV, but doesn't penetrate. Germans are going to try and assault it. Because the SU-85 actually does not have that impressive frontal armor. Only 650. Same as the normal T-34-76, so it's not the best vehicle at taking the hits. Does have the 85mm gun though, which is definitely potent. Panther and Panzer IV pushing up here in the trench, and it works again. I'm trying to get some more shots in. Pumas pushing up again to scout ahead. High explosive being loaded. Doing a lot of work here in the Soviet trenches, actually. So many vehicle wrecks around here, too. Another H-85 here. Needs to be very careful with the Panther around. Oh, it's gonna die if it gets spotted. Yeah, it's been spotted. There's too many German armor pieces here, and the Soviets have nothing to stop them.
We have a new Su-85 to deploy.
One more H-85s are being prepared, though. These Pumas have done a pretty good job, all things considered. The Germans are just advancing now. Hikes must be loaded on the building here by the Panther. Guess the building does not do a lot. Almost about to set it on fire, though. H-85 sitting up in a hold-down position. Waiting for the Germans to advance further. Germans are waiting for more support, I feel. So, see, I have no infantry here. Only one Storm Pioneer. H-85 is trying to do their best, but it's not an easy task.
Supply sector under attack.
T-34 is ready on the flank, though.
Brave infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
The Germans keep advancing bit by bit. They also have a second Panther now. So the Germans are getting a lot of heavy armor. Well, heavier armor. Stuck down. All it takes is one penetration from the H-85. And with this vehicle is trying to assault down here. There's a German pack. It's just not shooting at it.
Radio crews are on standby to decipher communications from enemy armor.
It surprises me because it does say it's within range, but it might just be so barely you actually have to order the thing to fire. There we go, now it's firing. And that takes out the vehicle. You got some anti-tank, or tank destroyer guards right here. Probably sneak rather than whatever they're doing because they're gonna get spotted out there soon. Yep, 2 machine guns. There's all these vehicles with machine guns on them. Su-85 is pushing up again.
Guards troops ready for action.
Having no CR rounds. Oh, one good penetration there on the Panther. Not Sherman, T-34 on the flank, but the Puma's got a good shot. Honestly, these Pumas are so underrated. When you have 2 Pumas working together, they can do a lot of work. Because they can just have such a high rate of fire. Soviets need to do something else, I feel. The Germans just getting a lot of ground with a lot of resource to work with. Panthers really going to the southern flank. The Germans might be preparing to flank down here too. Tiger tank being prepared by one of the German players. Double Panther now for Jäger. An armored half-track here, so they might definitely be preparing a push from the south. Because both the Soviets are now geared to defending the north. Oh, still with some full shots. Some good stunning, but not much else. Because the Soviet flank is mostly bare on here. There's a few mines. Mostly around here by the looks of it. I don't see any other mines. So it's actually quite a vulnerable southern flank. Let's drink me some cola. Like me some cola. H-85's on the move. Panthers are nearby though. And Panzer IV as well as the Puma. And the HU-5s know not to move into the fire. They need to be very cautious here. More Sherman 76 is being prepared.
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Was one HU-5 going to flank down here? Also mines being laid now. Good to see. Lots of mines on the main road. Good to see. I don't think it's the main road that's the worry here. Because the Germans are preparing to make a big move here with double stormtroopers inside the half-tracks. They're probably just going to flank around this way and up. And try to encircle the Soviet positions. Ooh, good shot from the Sis gun there. Almost destroying that Puma. More wreck salvage here for the Germans. Good to see. Big German push now. They're trying to make their way through here where there's no mines. Only one conscript. Well, they're setting up for the push. I don't think the Soviets are prepared for it. Because this could be the death knell. Oh, one Puma goes down. Ammo blowed off. Well, ammo cooked off, rather. Big assault here from the Germans. They're going to try and encircle. One half-track moving to the other points. Good to see. Now the Panthers are moving up. One HU-5 down. And as this happens, the Germans are preparing to push the other flank, but that Panther took a big shot. 76ers are trying to relocate. The Germans keep advancing. One Panther down. Panzer IV also went down, I think. The T-34 is doing a pretty decent job, all things considered. But Germans have advanced pretty far now. That's a Tiger tank though, pushing on the front line. Soviets have what it takes to stop them. Especially with the Panthers on the flank. HU-85 down. T-34 trying to flank. That goes down thanks to the Panthers. That's T-34 showing. At this point, the Soviets surrender. Pretty decent match, not as long, which is fine by me. A lot of good action here. Not a lot of focus from the Soviets on this flank though, which I really think was detrimental to them. But good match nonetheless. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye bye.